Hello and welcome to Pointless Point of View. My name's Callum. I'm co-hosting today with Fraser Doig.
Man.
And today we're going to talk about E3, which, unless you're living under a rock, you would have noticed. So, what's our first topic today, Fraser?
We're going to do it in order because it kind of makes sense, basically what convention was first. So the order that they released, which was it was EA first, then it was Microsoft, then it was Bethesda, then it was Square Enix, then Ubisoft, then Sony, then Nintendo.
Wow, your notes look so much better than mine.
Nah, it's just big handwriting, child handwriting.
Getting the stencils out.
So I've got a couple of games here that were like...
There'll be some we'll talk in detail.
Oh, yeah,
and there's some
definitely.
which, like, we have no idea what the fuck's going on, so we're not going to talk about it.
There was a couple announced before E3 even started because PlayStation did this like fat Countdown 5 run up.
Yeah.
They did a little like 1 minute Days Gone trailer. That's all that got because that was talked about a lot last year. It was a Tetris game. There was this game called Twin Mirror, which is from the guys who did Life is Strange. I don't know, it looks like you play someone returning back to a home and then he gets...
It looked very Silent Hillish.
It looked like messing with your minds, like he wakes up and he can't even remember all the last day and there's blood everywhere and you've got to figure out why. I don't know how, it probably plays like Life is Strange, but...
So it's a Sunday in Fife then?
Well, yeah.
Sounds normal.
As far as I can, Hitman 2 was announced before E3.
I think it was leaked, I don't think it was announced. But,
they brought out trailer and gameplay for it now. I mean, they showed gameplay at E3, but apparently this time it's not episodic, because it's coming out full whack.
Finally.
And it's got online co-op this time. It's got 2-player co-op,
Wow.
Which, I mean, that could be fun in itself. You don't both play as 47.
Thank God.
You play
so
as
it's not
like
a Dying Light situation. We're like, hey, Bob!
It's like
Hi,
weird.
Bob.
It's like weird, like both twins. Because, like, surprisingly, 47 bald man can fit in, but if there was two, it'd probably get pointed out.
Okay.
But yeah, you play as two. I guess you play as two different agents.
So is it like co-op in your house, or is it online?
I think it's online co-op.
Completely online.
I think it's online.
So it would be a case of like a way out where I'll do one thing and you'll do another.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's going to be like, I don't know if the online missions are different.
Yeah.
Or if like
You could
it's
do the whole story.
yeah, if it's going to be the same story but you play as not 47, I think it might be something different. It wouldn't make sense if you're not 47.
45 and 46.
Could be. I bet they're not bald, or they have the bar on the back of their head. And they just look like two normal blokes that walk up. But yeah, I like co-op. I mean, that means that like me and you could play it.
Yeah.
So that was a couple of things before, but we're going to move on to the actual convention.
Yeah.
We're gonna start with EA.
Oh yeah, I had EA. I heard EA were good. Like
EA were bad. EA were terrible. EA were just not good.
No.
Not good at all.
They put their eggs in too many baskets. Just
not even that. There was just nothing like.
Was it not 20 minutes on a mobile game?
Well, I'm gonna go. The way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna run through some of the games, and some we can stop on and have a discussion about, and some are little mini discussion, maybe interesting points, and then some we're just not gonna give a shit about. So, I mean, we'll start with more Battlefield 5 stuff.
Yeah.
Multiplayer trailers.
Wait. Is that the Royale? The Royale that we've been asking for? The Royale for it?
I was really looking forward to Battlefield 5. Like, it's got a story in it where there was like war stories of bits that you don't see very often, like in Poland and the Netherlands. And I was looking forward even to the multiplayer that looks like really good. And then they have to come out and say there's a fucking battle royale in it.
It's not dying. I'm saying it right now. It's like it's just not dying. It's not going anywhere.
Aye, at least it's better than Call of Duty where they're not taking some out.
Yeah.
Put back. That, I mean, you know, the worst thing about that is, see, because they're like, they've announced all this stuff and then they're coming around and saying they're putting a battle royale in it. That shows how easy it is to make a battle royale.
Yeah.
While Call of Duty is like making that their main staple. I hate Battle Royale. I'll continue to hate it.
I can't wait to play it Battle Royale with you.
I'm not. I'll buy Battlefield 5, but I don't think I'll even go near the mode.
It's a lie. I'm saying it right here, right now on the podcast. It's a lie. You will be on it at least 3 times with me, and that'll be that. You know you will. You know you will.
Then we've got Unravel 2, which
is multiplayer, isn't it?
it has its co-op now.
Blue and red.
Blue and red. Yeah, I did not play the first one. I really wish I had because
You watched a playthrough, did you?
I did, yes. Sometimes myself, like you can't afford every single game
Yeah,
onto the
obviously.
planet, so you watch what's on YouTube. So I think it looks pretty good. I mean, it's a nice little fun. I don't know if it's online co-op or if it's sit in the house co-op. So, but it's a little puzzle game. Like I like those kind of games, you know.
Yeah, but like, because you were saying there's no very many Firewatch type indie games, but Unravel's...
I like a good indie game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not walking simulator where nothing hurts you and stuff like that. Like obviously some of those games I really enjoy, like Journey, Abzu, Firewatch.
Still not touched any of them.
It's like it's not like a niche I'd say, but it's kind of like a guilty pleasure of mine. I kind of like a wee walking simulator.
Well, it looks quite good. Is it out now?
I think it's actually out now. I think they came out and said that. They came out and announced it and was like, "Oh, guess what? You can have it now," which is a good thing. Which again,
you don't get very much of it.
No. Now we're going to move on to a bad thing. Now, the announcement is good, but the execution is bad. So they come to a man in the crowd.
Oh yeah.
Who works at Respawn, who made Titanfall 1 and 2.
Man, you somehow were very good at guilty pleasures.
I do like the Titanfall games.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, they are actually really good and very underrated. But and he says that he's working on a new Star Wars game called Fallen Order. The Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah. Wow.
Told us when it was set, which is after
the first 3 episodes.
After Revenge of the Sith.
Alright.
So then, like, where all the Order 66 has happened and the Jedi are wiped out, and you play as a Padawan trying to basically survive the onslaught / maybe get a band together, and that is it that we got told. No screenshots.
That guy looks so awkward.
It was awkward. Like
so
there was no screenshots, no gameplay, no trailer,
not even concept art.
You know what's the worst part of, like, how cool would it have been, right, if, say, the lights go dark and instead of going to a guy in the crowd, it just comes up in big letters like Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
I would think to myself, what
Wow.
the fuck is this?
Yeah.
But instead they go to him in the crowd and he's like, oh yeah, we're doing this tiny little, like, no,
I
just
honestly
give
I feel like they've turned round. See the wee woman who was out there talking to people, she went and spoke to them.
Yes.
I honestly feel they got to a point where go talk to someone, go find someone in the crowd and talk to them about something.
I feel
really
so
do.
sorry for him.
And it's he's just put in the crowd. No offense.
And Respawn is a great company. So so then we got FIFA 19, NBA 19, Madden 19. Cool, move on. It's just a
just make it a service game.
Just
give us one disc, update it.
Just a rehash every year. Like, it's not something that's surprising. Then we had the guy who came out and had I feel sorry for him. Imagine having to come out and talk about Battlefront 2.
I know,
like, so Battlefront 2 is the characters from the Solo movie is getting put in it. Lando, obviously. Oh, and then the Clone Wars guys are getting put in it. Obi-Wan, Count Dooku, General Grievous, and Ewoks are getting put in it too. But see, going out, imagine the guy having to go out and talk about that game specifically.
Yeah.
Like, you would just no matter what he mentions, like, we're gonna make it better, and that's like, well, everybody in the crowd like, well, you shouldn't have fucked up in the first place.
Give us a decent story. Take it microtransactions.
Exactly.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah, exactly. But and then another bad part, they spent 20 minutes on a Command and Conquer mobile game where these two guys sat down and had a match, and oh my god, I don't care. Like, Command and Conquer, I've never played it myself, but I know there's a lot of fans out there, and it's probably not what they wanted.
No.
So that is one note to me. But
I'd have been asleep. If the camera had panned it to me in the crowd, I'd be like.
Well, we may as well get to the only thing that we are actually going to talk about in EA. We're actually going to have a discussion about this because the rest of it was fucking terrible.
Garbage.
is Anthem.
Woo! Give me some Anthem, mate. Give me some fucking Anthem. Sorry. I'm fucking hyped for this game. I am. I know people are like, oh, they're gonna fuck it up. It's BioWare. So
Well, not right. Well,
there is. There's a lot of people like.
I mean, put
okay,
it this way, right? Say if BioWare had announced this game before Mass Effect Andromeda, because everybody would be completely different.
Yeah.
Imagine that didn't exist.
Yeah.
Everybody would be like,
Holy shit.
"What is this?" But see, now they made Andromeda, and they're like, "This is going to be shit."
Yeah.
Because they fucked Andromeda so much. Now, I'm looking forward to Anthem. I mean, do I think it's a Destiny clone? Could be.
Again, I've said this once. Say it again. I feel like it's Destiny. Had sex with Iron Man and landed in a Zero Horizon world, or Horizon Zero world. Right, that's what I think it is. It just looks so good. You've got your 4 mech suits to start with. Right, you have Colossus, which is probably going to be you.
I'm not gonna lie, that's
It's
what
gonna
I'm
be- it's
going
gonna
for.
be
Like,
you. Tank.
if
It's
that's
a tank.
me, that's me all the way. Like,
You've got the Ranger, which is Iron Man, so that's me. I'm going to be him.
that's just like the mid class.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
the
He's like the Soldier 76 of the Anthem
yeah,
world.
right, cool.
Yeah, you've got Storm, which is magic.
It's like sort of. I would say so. So what we've got like here is a like a mage, a soldier, a
Yeah.
tank, and what's the other one?
Fuck. I've forgot the last one. Wow, that's bad. Anywho, there's a 4th one, I believe.
Wait, did you have Storm?
Yeah, Storm's magic. They're called.
I think the other one's like a.
I know they're called freelancers.
Yeah, I think the other one's like a.
Because that's weird. 'Cause
It's
you've
like a
got tank,
ranged one.
multi-class.
It's like a ranged one, I think, because there's one that uses like lightning and slight. It's not magic because it's like not in a magic world, but there's one that's like run of the mill assault weapons. One of them's a tank, and one of them's like uses elements, and then the other one I think is like range stuff, basically like a sniper character.
Yeah,
I think.
which could be good. Yeah.
I think that's the green looking one because the Colossus one is the big red one.
Yeah, the blue one is magic.
Yeah, and the
yellow. It was he changed colour, but he's
sort of
the
browny
yellow.
yellowish, and
Yeah.
then the last one was green.
Oh, it's Ranger, Storm, Colossus, Interceptor. I
Right.
have no idea what the Interceptor is, but I'm guessing that's.
I'm assuming that's kind of like a
it's the green
like a
one.
sniper.
It is the
thing.
green
Yeah,
one.
right, cool. Well, at least we got there in the end. But I think it looks pretty good. I mean, didn't get me wrong. I mean, if your hub world and you jump off and you just get to after just jetpack for ages.
Yeah.
Like the bit where see the bit where they went underwater in the gameplay, like that looked really cool. I don't want them to fuck it, and I mean I have heard.
Everything on the planet can kill you. Everything. So the minute you jump off of that, your deck, and you land down, it's supposedly put that every single animal and creature wants to attack you. I like that element. I like the element
Okay.
of holy shit. I like the element of the storms, where suddenly just you're walking down the street and suddenly it's like a fucking
Weather
thunderstorm.
effect is pretty cool. I mean,
No.
I have heard that like if this doesn't work, BioWare are gone. Like this is good. This is they put all their eggs into this basket.
Yeah.
But for me, I am looking forward to it. One thing I do like is that as far as I can, I don't think it's relying on 4-player all the time.
No. You could play it 1 player, 2 players, 3
Which
players,
I
4
like
player.
really good because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, right, a lot of the things out there are like you need 5 players, you need 4 players. Nobody's got that off the cuff. Like nobody can just phone 4 of their mates and everybody's free. No, like 9 times out of 10, you've just got the one where you can just be like, okay, you fancy jumping on Anthem? 2 years, one person's a Colossus, and I also know that you don't if you pick.
Doesn't have to have one.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah, you
pick
can.
that class.
Yeah, yeah.
You can.
I feel like it's so cool, and you're not going to look like someone else's because you can upgrade all
and-
your suits. You know what I mean? You can change it. And if I'm like, oh no, we need a tank, I go back to our mobile base, turn into a tank, come back and help. So we've got 2
that I
tanks.
do like. Obviously, there's a lot of BioWare fans out there.
Yeah.
Apparently, there is dialogue options, but there's no romances. I know that.
No. Anthem are open to including romances. I'm just.
Of course,
Uh,
well, it's BioWare.
that's
Folk are,
yeah,
if they turn
yeah.
around and say that, folk are not gonna.
Who doesn't know what a bit of love? You know what I mean? I know that there's other human factions called. There's one called Dominion, which they're meant to be the protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
We're called the mechs are called freelancers. We're pretty much the police. And I know there's another one called, I think it's Scar. They said it.
Oh, they sound bad guy. They sound,
I know. Can you imagine if they were the good people? You walk
Yeah,
up
they-
to somebody and they're like, yeah, how you doing? What, a cup of coffee?
they sound like bad.
Supposedly it is supposedly it's maybe constantly changing. Obviously, as we've discussed the weather, it's never going to stay the same.
It looks like a kind of game that they're going to update as well. Like,
I think they're
sort
going
of-
to give us planets.
hopefully, I
Or
would like
even
that.
islands. Like, say this one's completely on, it's just random. Say America. It's probably not America, but I'm just saying this one says America. Then they open another one that's another country, and I'd be open to that.
Okay, well, I think the last thing we'll probably say before we move on is, do you have a release date?
No, we don't. We don't have a release date.
Do not have a
No
release date?
No. Not for. Oh wait, we do. We do. Sorry. It is February. I believe it is 22nd.
Oh, it's that. Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we do
it's
have a
the-
release
yeah,
date.
it's
It's,
the-
that,
it's
it's,
the-
that, it's the dreaded month.
yeah, it's the dreaded month.
which we'll get more into explaining later. So that was EA. I'd say, especially if you're a fan of that kind of Anthem game, they ended on a high. But
Yeah.
as a whole, it was quite bad. Very
I didn't lay your eggs on one game. You know, I didn't
No.
put it on one basket. But
no,
this
you
is the
could-
game. This is
you've got to have to be some surprises.
Yeah.
Speaking of not putting all their eggs in one basket, and kind of
Put it
possibly nailing it, we move on to Microsoft,
Oh,
who
yes.
compared to last year talked about hardware and Xbox One X. This year, basically just the whole thing was about games.
Yeah.
It was just games, which is what you
That's what
want.
it should be. EA should
Exactly.
be that. No, you want to announce new hardware, fine. Do
So
that.
this
at
this is
show.
probably the biggest one I've got here. I'd say not the most discussion, but
Most
probably the biggest.
stuff. Yeah.
So I mean, we're already going to start with a big one, which the first thing they rolled out right away, which is a discussion, which is Halo Infinite. Which is technically, is it Halo 6 or is it not Halo 6? Because technically they
didn't
never
give us
said.
anything. They literally didn't tease us with anything. They didn't like, oh, this is what's going to happen.
They
kinda
showed
just went,
landscape.
yeah. Here's an island. By the way, this is Halo 6. What? That is just so.
Well,
So-
I'll put it to you this way, man. Right, the last Halo 5, was released in 2015. So that's
3 years.
3 years ago. So imagine now we've only recently got an Xbox One. I had a 360, but I've never been a big Halo fan. I
No.
played the first one, but I'm not a diehard. But just as a diehard Halo fan, just for them to show that means that's probably them losing their shit.
Yeah.
So
That's-
you might not think, as a person who's never played it, probably thinks that that's not good enough, but.
Yeah, to real fans. It's
To
like,
a proper Halo fan,
Yeah,
that's like,
yeah.
oh my god, they're
and
making
it's
it.
meant to have new. It's a new engine, so it's going to look different, which could be really good.
I mean, you
depending
could
on the
even
engine.
see when you saw the Master Chief holding his helmet, even that looked more polished.
So they've not even specified where it is in the timeline.
Nope.
They've not told us anything. So all
I mean,
there's
technically, they said it's Infinite. It's not Halo 6. It's Halo Infinite.
Yeah,
So
could-
is it even 6?
could it be multiple? No, is that a prequel? So I don't care enough about Halo.
I think Halo Reach is a prequel.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's I mean that's all we really got on that. So
Yeah.
can't really. Obviously, we don't know exactly the order that they rattled things out, so we've just basically got a list of the games that they did announce, because
Yeah.
I do not remember their in order. So we've got, they finally showed a full game of We Happy Few. It's got a release date. It's like actually coming out, because that has
Yeah.
been in alpha, beta for a very long time,
Yeah, it's out on the 10th of August this year.
which is good, which is
Yeah.
like not long
It
at
looks
all.
really weird. It's very was it Orange Clockwork or what's it called?
Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork Orange.
Actually, it's
It's
to
very-
me, it's also Bioshock, Bioshock
Yeah.
as well. I feel like
Yeah.
it's that as well.
I don't-
Great concept though.
Yeah, they never really told it. Like we know what it is. You're either on pills with a face mask, happy. Off the pills, you see everybody's creepy.
Well, no,
You know
what
what I
it
mean?
is basically is so
They
the
control.
thing,
they
the thing
control
that they
emotions.
take joy
Yeah.
is it basically makes you, it's not that it controls your emotions, is it kind of puts a happy sheet on everything. So there's a YouTuber I watch called Jacksepticeye, and he's put like a couple of videos up for it, and that usually like was in when it was an alpha and beta, And the first thing you always saw in that was your character refuses to take joy. And what he's like, he never takes his joy, and he gets pulled into a room, and they're all enjoying birthday cake, and it's a big celebration, and he's switching in and out of joy, and they're actually eating a dead rat.
Oh my god.
So like the world is like, what the world's like? It's like the shithole that was in Dishonored.
Oh.
But they see it as everything's happy because
Yeah.
they're on joy. So when you don't take joy, you actually
So
see what's
it's like-
going on.
It's like you've watched it, I've not. That Black Mirror episode. Remember the guy? He's an army guy, or he thinks he's an army guy, and he's doing all this stuff, and he thinks he's great.
Yeah.
And he goes back to his house, and it's just like
Exactly like
Like
that.
that.
Exactly like that. A little bit like it's a like Bioshock, and it's got a little bit like Equilibrium. You know, where they take the tablets because
Yeah.
like emotions are against the law. It's kind of like all that mixed into one with a great aesthetic, like the way like that setting in itself, like just the where the game's like set with that whole like, because you know yourself, like everybody kind of knows this. See someone that is overly happy, it's a little bit creepy.
Yep.
It's like it is a little
Yep.
bit creepy. So
Yeah.
imagine a world where that is like everything's overly happy. You're kind of a little bit unsettled.
yeah.
So I probably myself won't buy it, but I will definitely watch gameplay.
You don't really need to buy it, do you, Fraser? Because it's technically already on your Xbox.
True, but it might not work that way. So then we're going to move on to Crackdown 3. I mean, Terry Crews the game. I mean, that's been in development. The last Crackdown 2 was 2010. So that's 8 years ago. And it technically comes out next year, so it's going to be 9 years ago.
Yeah, so it's February it comes out, isn't it?
Which is another February.
Yeah, just February. See, that's the thing. It's not got a day.
Is it just February?
It's just February 2019.
So that's getting delayed.
Yeah, it's getting delayed. I feel like it's gonna. Like,
That's delayed.
I feel like if it goes past February, people are just going like, "Kim, what? Who cares?"
Been waiting for it too long. Like I mean, put it this way: when the Xbox One came out, the Xbox One, not the Xbox One S, not the Xbox One X, the
Yeah.
Xbox One, Crackdown 3 was meant to be the premier title, and it's now
It's
just
Xbox
getting
One
a
X.
possible release date
Yeah.
in 2019. So it's been in development. Like, don't get me wrong, if I jump about a world as Terry Crews blowing shit up and everything, it's like Just Cause but in a shell shaded world, but you can destroy giant buildings. That sounds fun. But
Yeah.
apart from that, there's not really much to say
No.
about it. There really isn't, which is pity because technically that should be a big discussion.
It should be at a point where we can go, "Oh, this game's
But
coming out," but
I'm
it's
not.
It's not.
And then we're going to move on to Metro Exodus,
Yeah.
which
Also.
I'm actually really looking forward to.
Yeah.
If I'm not gonna lie, I really am.
I never really got through the first two.
I did. I finished
I never got through
Metro
the
1,
first
which
two.
Metro 1 was 2010, Metro 2 was 2013, and then they brought out Metro Redux, which was a polished up and 1 and 2 together, and that was brought out in
I
2014.
think I've got that one.
That's mostly what you'll find now. You'll not
Yeah,
really
yeah,
find, but that's what I bought, and I finished both of them.
I'm gonna. You know, when it's coming out, I'm gonna have to binge, like do a speed run of that the first two.
Well, this is the thing. Like, this might upset, especially some true Metro fans. I don't know any of my personal style. Like, it's a good game, but in the first two games, what you used as money was bullets.
Yeah.
It's not in the new one.
No.
They took it out.
Aye. So what's the credit?
Well, I
now?
don't know. I
Oh,
don't know
right.
that, but I
Shit.
know as far as I can about it. I listened to an interview with the developer, and it's kind of some of the levels are linear based, some of the levels are like a wider area
Yeah,
based, where there's like side quests, and as far as I can, there's like different people that you meet, and the gameplay, the trailer they showed where he was like shooting enemies, he says that is a cult.
Yeah, that's what I
who-
was going to ask you. It's the cult, the bad guys.
I don't know if they're always the bad guys,
Yeah.
but that one that you meet in the gameplay trailer they showed on the train was kind of like it's a cult that hates gadgets and technology.
Oh, right.
So when you turn up, you're obviously filled with gadgets and gas masks, and they're like, well, I didn't like that, so that's why they're hostile to you. That's what the guy who made it said.
Shock.
But he says that like that level in itself, the
Yeah.
one with the train, that is a wide area. He says there's like that in itself is like about 4 hours of gameplay.
Do you see the world being bigger and you use the train to get from place to place once you unlock it or once you're able to move it.
I think so. I think the train is maybe, that could be the story, that could be the point of the whole game, is getting to a location.
Yeah.
Maybe outside of the, everything's fucked.
Yeah. Is it multiplayer? Because when
No
we,
idea.
Oh shit! When you watch the trailer, you see he's always with a lassie. You
I would
see
like
a lot.
it, but I'm not sure. They've not said.
Yeah.
They've really
I
not
don't,
said.
I don't. Either way,
Which-
I'm not really bothered. With,
I mean,
with
yeah,
it.
me
As
neither.
long
And
as it's a good story.
as per usual, Metro Exodus is another February.
Oh fuck it is, eh?
Yeah.
Also February 22nd again.
So that is, we've announced a lot there. So I mean, that's Crackdown 3, Metro Exodus, Days Gone,
Mm-hmm.
and Anthem are all in February, which is insane.
And that's not even. It's not even the last of it.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So we're going to move on to the next one, which I really do want to butcher this name. So I think that you kept pronouncing it right. So maybe you should take it.
Sekiro.
Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah.
So
out in 2019.
So this is From Software's new game. If
Yep.
folk don't know who From Software are, they are the Dark Souls and the Bloodborne guys. So
But it's not part of that. Like, suppose that the creators have come out and says that the game isn't connected to them. So I know people are, it's like that, it's going to be like that game, but it's just like Bloodborne. They've come out and said that don't expect it to be just a Japanese samurai Bloodborne.
that might upset some fans.
I know,
Getting that.
I know. But the thing is, it could still be that.
I mean, it makes it more accessible.
Accessible.
Accessible, thank you,
For
for
us
people who suck at Dark Souls. Because
Man,
I suck
I
at
suck
Dark
at
Souls.
Bloodborne. Seriously,
And so
could not get past it.
I got to the second lantern in Bloodborne and could not get any further, and I got pretty much nowhere in Dark
Yeah.
Souls.
Yeah, it's not for us. It's not.
It's not that it's not for us. It's that we are bad at it, and there's people. There's people who's finished Dark Souls on a Guitar Hero.
I know, like,
It's fucking mental. It's
But-
insane.
you know what I love about Sekiro is obviously he's lost his arm. He's got a robot. He's got a metal arm.
It looks like bone. It looks like bone.
It looks like a bone metal arm.
I don't think it's metal, man. I think it's wearing away. I think it's bone.
Do you think like his arm is just like starting to fall off?
Yeah, I think it looks like bone.
That's fucking weird, but cool.
It's from
Fucking-
Software.
Yeah.
I mean-
but what I do know is the name is actually quite smart, and the fact that it's like Sek starts. I think it's Sek or Se starts with one-handed,
Mm-hmm.
and then like I think it's Iro or Kiro stands for wolf. So technically, your Sekiro means one-armed wolf, which I think works.
Which makes sense because his arm is bone. So yeah, that's all we came
Is it
from
bone?
that.
Like, is it fucking bone?
I think it's bone.
It does not have multiplayer though, so
It's from well, it might do the whole because from the Dark Souls game
They have that
technically
drop-in
don't
stuff.
have multiplayer, but they have the whole somebody comes in to help you and leave messages thing. So it might have that.
or just hit you because
Then we're going to move on to, I mean, 3 different conferences showed this. Sony showed this, Microsoft showed this, and the people who make it, Square Enix, showed this, which is Kingdom Hearts 3.
right. We've never played 1 or 2. We're
I
not.
knew absolutely
Yeah.
nothing about
But
Kingdom
it
Hearts.
looks good.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it's a game I'm gonna get.
Anybody I ever speak to about it tells me it's Final Fantasy meets Disney.
Yeah. And here's a bit of news, and people might make people happy, some people, but the guys that are doing Kingdom Hearts, the director of Kingdom Hearts comes out and says that Final Fantasy VII Remake is getting the same treatment as Kingdom Hearts, so they're taking the utmost time to get every single detail. That's just a little snip, a little bit.
Well,
yeah.
that's rumoured to be in 2020, but
Yeah.
so I would love to sit and talk about Kingdom Hearts
But
for
we don't know
ages,
enough
but
about it.
we
We
don't
just
know enough
don't.
about it.
I like the worlds. I like.
Mhm.
I feel like it's going to take us more worlds than what we're seeing, obviously. But I just feel like this it's going to be really good. And as a dad, I know I'm going to get it, and my son's going to be like, "What the is this?"
Without that, because he's young.
Yeah.
Okay, then we're going to move
Oh
on.
wait. Kingdom Hearts is released for January 29th.
2029, cool. Then we're going to go into something that got a decent length of time. which was Forza Horizon 4.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now, I'm not a racing game fan, but
Everyone else.
God, that game looks beautiful.
Yeah. I just want to drive at Edinburgh.
Well, it's set in Britain.
I know.
That's the thing, it's set in Britain. And I mean, clearly the people that make it have never been to Britain because
The weather's nice.
the weather changes every week, apparently, which, no,
No,
it would just be rain,
Yeah.
and then you'd wake up next day, and it probably would rain.
Yeah. Or
Um,
wind. Or snow.
yeah.
Literally what we get.
Nothing nice. I mean,
I bet they came last week.
probably, it's been really sunny. But apart from that, it looks...
Spectacular.
It
It,
does
looks
look-
beautiful.
yeah,
it
it really
looks
does.
beautiful. I like the fact that you drive down a road when it's sunny and the water's there. And then you come back a week later and it's snow and it's covered in ice, you just drive
Like,
over
that's
it.
amazing
That's-
technology for them to put that in.
for me,
Doesn't
that's-
really happen in real life, but it's a game. Then we'll go on to 2 updates for Sea of Thieves.
Oh yeah, sure. What names for them? What I think it's Cursed Sails
Uh-huh.
is out in June. I can't remember what the fucking other one was. But I know it's boats something. It's got skeleton boats in it.
Skeleton boats.
Skeleton boats.
Yeah, it's basically evil.
That's awful.
Like, it's
That
going
was
to be...
It's
That's
terrible.
alright. I mean, Sea of Thieves is okay, but it's not like it was something brand new. So, yeah, it's basically looks like there's going to be...
They're continuing on. They're feeding
Yeah,
it.
which is good.
You know what I mean? That's what
It
we
should have
want.
been in it for the start, but...
You're just upset about the shark.
Well, I like Sea of Thieves. I do enjoy
Yeah.
it. Couldn't play it for ages, but it's good that they're putting stuff in there and putting AI ships in it instead of
Yeah,
always being
that's
real
gonna be-
person.
that's
I
gonna
like
be-
that. It's going to make, because I mean, at least you might stand a chance. Because sometimes when, like, I've gone to a couple of fights on Sea of Thieves and it's fun, it's exhilarating, but it's not something I could sit and play for ages.
Nah.
But it's a good game, and
Yeah.
I'm glad that they're carrying on with it and they're putting updates. They're not
And,
just like, oh, it kind of failed a bit, so let's give up.
And any Forza fans, you can see Horizon 4 it is coming out on October the 2nd, 2018.
Which
so
is
it's
great.
Not, it's not far away, it's really good.
So we're still going with Microsoft because again they announced a lot. So we've got next one is Devil May Cry 5.
Hell yeah! Which I feel, I'm just going to say, I feel like there's 3 characters. And I feel like the main guy for the video, who's got one arm, doesn't look at all like even the young guy. I don't think he looks like him, do you?
Look like who?
Remember they brought out the original 3,
Mhm.
Dante, and he looks cool and he's got the blonde hair. Then they brought out the retro
No,
punk.
that they've completely forgotten about that. They've
Yeah,
like wiped that.
they wiped it for
Well, I'll put it to you this way: the last Devil May Cry 4, came out in 2008. When they came out, they were like the last Devil May Cry was 10 years ago. It's like that one doesn't exist,
Yeah.
and it's not actually a bad game, but a lot of folk hate it. But me personally, I have only played 4 and the one that they don't talk about,
Played them all.
so I'm not. I'll get it because I like a good hack and slash, but I'm not as excited as you are,
Yeah.
and I don't know a lot about it. So
There's
this
not
is
enough-
all
there's
you.
not
This
enough-
is all
There's not enough
you.
been brought out about this, right? I have no idea. Like, this is the thing, because it's so split apart for the originals. I don't know who the guy in the motorbike is in the trailer. You've seen at the end. He's
It
like,
looks like
"Meh."
that. Looks like Dante.
Yeah, that looks like Dante. Like, I feel, this is just a theory, I feel like the kid with the one arm is Dante's son.
Okay.
I feel like his son, and he's with that weird fucking hipster woman who quite frankly annoyed me in the trailer. And I feel like the guy in the motorbike could be Dante, just withered older. Or it could be his brother just finally losing his nut. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's nothing's been brought out about this game yet. I feel like it's going to blow people's minds because of how good the graphics look
Looks
amazing.
beautiful. Mm-hmm.
No, and the fighting looks like it's went back to the original type of fighting with some added stuff, which I mean never really had to change Devil May Cry's fighting style. It's just awesome. But that is set to release in spring 2019. Spring 2019. So will it be delayed? I don't know. We've not got a date. So
Okay. Right, I'm just gonna bash through some more here quickly. Cuphead DLC, cool. They're adding more stuff in it. I really enjoyed it. Well, it sucked it a bit, but I did enjoy it.
3 new maps coming for PUBG, which I know you're totally excited about.
Couldn't give a fuck. Just Cause 4, blow up bigger shit.
The Hurricanes.
Yep,
Hurricanes.
yep.
You know what I mean?
The new Tomb Raider, Shadow Tomb Raider, looks just like the other ones that were set the younger ones where she's
It's
you
the
looks
last.
younger.
You said it was the last of the younger one, isn't it?
It looks like it's going to be the last of the younger ones.
I've still got a feeling she's a baddie. I do. I feel like she's going to be a baddie. Just by the trailer, it's like, no, Lara, you can't get that.
No, she's
Lara, if you take
probably
that,
she's going after something she's not
I'm
meant to
calling it
touch.
right now. Pointless theory. She's a baddie, and that is
Fair
out
enough.
September the 14th.
Then we're going to go with they announced the Gears of War 5, the Gears of War strategy game, and the weird Gears of War pop game.
I want that. Just to take care.
So, I mean, strategy game, I'm not a fan. Probably it looks a lot like XCOM. A lot of fans out there for that stuff, not me personally. The pop game, don't know what it is. Basically couldn't care,
Yeah.
I'm being honest. Gears of War 5, I've got... I know a lot of people who love Gears of War.
Yeah. I've never played a single game yet.
But me neither.
We're new to Xbox, so.
I want to, like, I've had an Xbox 360, but it was weird. There was like certain titles I never got, and I really should have. So I mean, I don't know. I might give it a shot. It looks good, and I mean, the only thing I've heard about it that I'll quickly say is that a lot of people were moaning about Gears of War that it was kind of just all brawn and no emotion.
Yeah.
And this looks like there's going to be an emotional thing with it. So I think that they're kind of
It's an open
like a
world.
story. Like
Yeah.
they're
I believe it's open world, is it not?
I don't think so. I think it's
I
still linear
believe it's
based.
open world.
Then we've got two more things. So Jump Force quickly.
Oh, hell yeah.
Looks like an anime fighting
It
game.
looks like a Dragon Ball Z Fighters, but better.
We've not played Dragon Ball Z.
I know,
Fighters,
but I mean, graphically, that's how it looks.
it's got all the anime people in it. Is it a fighting game? It's not a fighting game.
It's a
We don't
story.
really
I do know one thing that's confirmed: the Death Note characters are not playable; they're story only. So there you go. There's definitely story
Mhm.
because there's characters who cannot actually be used, which is quite good. That means it's for impact more than anything.
The last two things we're going to talk about in the Xbox, one that we are severely looking forward to, and one we're also looking forward to, and the reason we're talking about it a lot is because we know a lot about the first one. So the first one we're going to talk about is Dying Light 2 was announced.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
Jesus, yes.
Dying Light. Such a
Oh.
good game.
Wow.
Such a good game. I'm telling you right now, I'll say this straight out. If you're ever having a bad day, if you're ever having like something shitty as hand,
Yeah.
just put Dying Light on and just mow through some
Yeah.
zombies and chop off some heads. It just
Go
is
out at
so
night
satisfying.
time. If you're struggling
no,
and
don't
your
go.
life feels bad, go out at night time.
Well, no, if you've never played
No,
a
because
Dying
you'll forget. You'll
No.
forget your problem.
if you've never played a Dying Light game, that basically there's like these tougher zombies that come out at night, and it's not nice. But if you ever want to just release some steam, it had co-op. It's just fun. I mean,
Yeah.
you could drop kick zombies. I never got tired of that.
Yeah.
And that's that game. The first Dying Light came out in 2015, and I'm still not sick of it.
Nah. You asked me
So-
to play it, I would jump on it.
Dying Light 2, I cannot wait. Apparently, there's like choices to be made this time.
like the way I feel like it's going to work is because of the choices now with multiplayer, especially.
Well, this is the thing. I'm assuming it is multiplayer, but what I found really weird is that the best thing about Dying Light is the fact you could play it with your pals. So I feel like that should have been the emphasis of the thing.
See, it's the reason I feel like it's going to. I think they just know, like people just know it's going to have multiplayer.
What if it doesn't?
It's going to be like. What's going to be? See how it's got consequences now. Like
Mhm.
if these guys want to build a tower and give it to everyone for free, or you get a choice of you kill these guys, you sell water to people. That's like one of the
Yeah,
consequences.
that was what they talked about
Right.
here.
So if I'm in my game and I've chose to let these guys open the water to everybody,
Mm-hmm.
you could drop in and be like, fuck, so this is how that story went? You know what I mean? So it's like, you'll see from my point of view what's happened. If you've chose one thing, I've chose another. You know what I mean? It's going to show like that. I feel like it's going to drop in. I think that you're going
I
to...
was always drop in, drop
Yeah.
out co-op in the first
I
one.
feel like you're going to be able to customise your character better. I feel like they're actually going to give you a choice.
You don't think you're going to be one person?
Nah, I don't.
I would like
And
to
if they
believe
do, I feel like they're going to do what they did at the near the end of the first one. Give the option to look different.
that. With outfits and stuff.
Yeah, because with the
They've
add-on,
updated it now.
yeah, now
you
when they
can play
got
as
actual other
different
people,
aye.
yeah, I feel they're going to put that.
Which
straight
those
in.
updates were
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah, awful. But
Good game.
15 years, mate. 15 years since the first game.
You're not Crane anymore.
No.
That's who the protagonist in the
Oh
first
my
one
god.
is.
Oh yeah, spoilers.
No, that's who the protagonist is. Like, let's see you play as. That's not a spoiler.
Somebody might be like, who's this game? Who's Crane? I want to see this.
Well, I
You just went,
recommend.
Crane's a guy to play.
Hey, you guys play.
Honestly.
Right, well, that's, I mean, the last thing we want to talk about the Xbox, because again, there's a lot to go through here with E3, but we have to talk about Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, just before we jump into that long one, I've got a list, I've got Sessions, skateboard game was announced, a new RPG, Black Desert, it was an MMORPG, sorry, Black Desert. There's Tales of Vesperia, which is an anime RPG out in the winter. Yeah, that's it. And also something about Xbox doing an AI streaming service at some point.
A little bit of tiny, but
Yeah.
may as well talk a good bit about
We'll jump into
Cyberpunk 2077.
Cyberpunk 27. Oh my Jesus Christ. I am so hyped for that game. I like that you're finally getting a choice as V. That's the name of your character, is V. Doesn't matter if you're a boy, girl. You get to pick size, you get to pick skills, you get to pick everything you look like. Because you see how you made your Sea of Thieves guy really, really fat.
That's funny.
This says there's an option you might be able to put that on Cyberpunk 2077. And I understand people are like, what's the point? It's first person.
Apparently in cutscenes you're going to see your guy.
But they've stated that it's a first person RPG before it's a first person shooter.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
As I am looking so forward to it. I love Cyberpunk. I love that world. I genuinely have one fear, is it just going to be Deus Ex?
Yeah, that is a fear. But the creators that have come out and gone, we've taken the things that made Witcher 3 good. Like the story, like how much story we put in it, how much choices you can make and all this stuff. They've put it into this game in a cyberpunk world, which I think is brilliant. And it's a made up city, but it's set between California and San Francisco, which I find weird. I don't know why they had to say this. I feel like, are they going to go between these places at some point?
No idea. But no release date for Cyberpunk 2077.
But they did come out and say that they are aiming for a current gen release date.
Which is good.
Yeah,
So,
so it could be
I'm going to
2019.
say late 2019.
Yeah, late 2019.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to it. So that was the Xbox. Like I say, they promised a lot and they nailed it. And like I say, that was a long time even talking about Xbox.
I know. Just also, sorry, I just saw my notes. CD Projekt Red have come out and said that you cannot. So you can play a game a certain way, like you can do without killing, and but they've come out and said you cannot win this game without killing someone. So I feel like that's, you're gonna be a killer. Eh? It's fine. But
Okay.
what we moving on to now? What's next in the roster?
Well, it's Bethesda next.
Hell yeah!
Now, obviously, Bethesda. Well, first of all, I mean, we've got to talk a couple of bits about a few ones. I mean, so first of all, it was the Andrew WK performance.
What a fucking shamble!
I like Andrew WK.
I like Andrew WK. Don't get me wrong.
But nobody was cheering it.
No, that's wrong.
That's not
That's
how you.
wrong.
Yeah, you're meant
That's
to go.
wrong. There wasn't in the crowd. There was hardly anybody. But see, clearly at the end, there's just this nice wee old woman just sitting in the front, giving it,
Good.
shaking her hands and
Good.
getting right into it, which I found fucking hilarious. But it just feels awkward.
True. I mean, so it wasn't the most awkward part of. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
So the reason Andrew WK came out was because of Rage 2.
Hell yeah.
Now the first Rage was 2010, which I played, and
I'm not.
I liked it. It was nothing to shout about. It was nothing to be like, holy shit,
It's not
play
groundbreaking.
Rage.
It's not groundbreaking.
But I quite enjoyed it. First person shooters, drive about in like a Mad Maxy type of world. I did enjoy it. Like it was funny. It was good. But the new one looks insane.
Yes, it is very Mad Max.
And I
Doom.
wanted to be how they show, which it looks fucking mental. I want it to be that. I want it to be Doom shooting, like the Doom 2016 Doom shooting with an open world. You give me that and driving, like take my money. take it.
Take it now.
Because that, like, how fun would that be? Just running about, fucking. With the gameplay they showed, like, it was so fluid. Hopefully, it's like that where it is just like running through a base, just blowing up shit left, right, and chip shot.
Very, very Doom. The new Doom.
I want that. So we'll just have to wait and see. That has a release date.
It is spring. Well, it's not really a release date. It's just a time. It's spring 2019.
Right. So it's not a
Mm.
release date. Then we
Did you
have.
wait a minute, did you notice the ninja baddies?
No, but did you notice the weird mutants with the arms?
Yeah, which were
Like,
very.
hanging their backs.
Yeah.
Definitely man.
Yeah,
backs.
yes. It's straight up,
Then we got not a lot for this, so we generally don't know anything about Doom Eternal.
Yep.
So that is a sequel to the 2016 Doom,
Yeah.
which is they have basically said new demons,
Twice as many demons.
and it looks like it's on Earth.
A hell on earth. That's just
So that's all we
Again.
know about Doom.
take my money.
Yeah. A couple of small things. Prey DLC, which was Moon Crash, which is out now.
Yeah,
Right
it's
away,
out
they
right,
basically
yeah.
just said it's out now. So that's cool. I watched a little bit of gameplay on their YouTube channel.
There's also a PvP scare mode
Yes.
with it, which just sounds fucking hilarious.
And in VR apparently as
yeah,
well.
and I could hide as a cup.
In VR.
I want to hide as
You
a
could be a
cup.
cup in
I want to be a
VR.
cup.
It's
Who doesn't
gaming
want
at
a
its
cup?
finest.
Yeah.
Then
Also,
we
if you
got-
want, wait, no, sorry, to cut you off again. If you want to look for more on Doom Eternal, they've kept it mostly under wraps for QuakeCon. That's coming soon.
Yes, you're getting more at QuakeCon. So then we got on to another DLC, which was Wolfenstein Youngblood,
Yeah.
where you play as B.D. Blazkowicz's
Twin daughters.
twin daughters. Now, I like Wolfenstein. I've nearly finished the second one. I enjoyed the first one a lot. So that world against Nazis, co-op,
Yeah.
cool.
I
I'm
feel
happy
like-
with that.
I feel like one daughter's going to be fighter. One daughter's going to be a gun person.
I mean, shooting the shit out of Nazis, I'm happy with that no matter what. So.
And that's a release date.
And
This
it's set in the 80s, and the style of it will be
Yeah.
pretty cool. So that's I'm happy with that.
June the 29th. I think it's out, and it's also. Is it coming to Switch on June the 29th as well? So I think it might be a release with. Yeah, it might be a release with the release of it being on Switch, which
Okay.
is quite good.
I mean, we're basically just going to talk about the big ones now. I
Yeah.
mean, we may as well talk about the two tiny things. I mean, Todd Howard came out and talked about. First of all, we'll cover Blades, which is a new Elder Scrolls for mobile. I could not care less.
Nah, couldn't care less.
I know some people that are really looking forward to it, and good on them. I hope
Yeah.
they get it, but I really couldn't care less.
No. Then
And,
there's Fallout Shelter is coming to PS4 and Switch for free.
Which is fun. It's free.
Jump in it.
Obviously,
Have a
we've
try.
got the big ones that happened at the end, which was a new Elder Scrolls. Now, controversial. I'm not an Elder Scrolls fan.
Nah, never played it.
I'm not. Well, you played Skyrim.
I did play Skyrim, you're right. But
And,
even then, I was like, oh, okay, this is quite.
It's not that it's a bad game. It's definitely got a massive following
Yeah.
out there. It's not for me, and I'm not going to say that I'm not excited about 6. And there's no point saying that everybody's excited about it.
Yeah.
It's Elder Scrolls 6. They've been wanting it for ages. So I'm happy that folk are finally
I'll
getting
probably
it.
jump in at 6. I'll be honest. I'll probably jump in at 6 and be like, what the fuck is going on? But
So and then obviously Starfield, which was rumoured for ages that they had the license for that. They kept renewing it.
No
Space RPG. That's
Space
basically
RPG,
what it is.
yeah,
Really,
yeah.
that's not very much they've said about it.
that's all we know. That's all we need to know, really, to be honest with you.
It's going to be the straight single player space RPG game. That's all that they've said.
It's the Fallout you wanted, Fraser.
So we may as well get on it. We may as well get on to the talking point of
the
Bethesda,
champion of E3.
which is Fallout 76.
Yeah, buddy. 14th of November 2018, people. You
So
can
a little
get
bit of
this.
context from me personally. I'm a massive Fallout fan.
Yeah.
I have been for a very long time.
You're very nerdum.
I love that game with every fibre of my being. It is probably one of them is my favourite game of all time. And when they announced the new Fallout 76 and all the rumours went about that it was multiplayer, I was not happy. I don't want it to be multiplayer. So I was at work and I was watching the Bethesda conference and he was talking about it and he said about that it's set the earliest the Fallout's ever been, and there's new creatures and everything that, and I was like, in my mind I was like, yes. yes, Todd Howard, give me something I've never seen before. Then he went, it's always online, and my heart fucking
How didn't
sank.
you notice?
My heart.
How didn't you notice?
Ken, what it was, mate, it's not that I didn't notice, it's that I kept fighting it.
You're
I
in
kept
pure denial,
fighting
mate.
it.
You're in pure denial.
Just, when they first showed, they did show a trailer at Xbox,
Yeah.
which we obviously left until Bethesda, because there's no point talking about that and
Yeah,
then going
yeah.
on to this. And then after it happened, I phoned up to you and I was like, a single player. Like, I wanted it so much. Now, when it first happened, I was not happy. I mean, I physically shouted in my work, no, out loud when it happened. I was just like, I'm not going to do it now. But there was somebody was working across from me and was just like, heard me shouting because I wasn't happy. But the more I've learned about it, the more I've warmed to it.
Yeah.
Am I completely warm? Fuck no.
I am.
You are?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm even happy, not even at the game, I'm happy at the fact that I was right and you're just like, rage inside.
I mean, a lot of people are not happy because apparently there's a petition to make it
Yeah.
a single player
Yeah.
game and not multiplayer.
But they have come out and says that own world and offline mode are coming. So you can play it single.
Yeah, a couple of things that I've learned that make me happy is when you build a settlement and you come off, it comes off with you,
Yeah.
which I'm happy about.
Quite good. It's weird. It's weird. Can you imagine just coming off and then going back?
You just get put in a new server, which will like plant your thing down. What another thing I've learned is that it's not all about the building stuff. That it is about exploration, which I'm happy about. There is main quests. There is side quests.
I feel like you're going to be giving them over a radio. and
No,
by sentences.
apparently it's the robots. Robots are going to give you the quests and the
Ah.
overseer.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
So, because
Do you
they
ever ever see the overseer?
no, I think it's just going to be a voice, or she's going to be a voice.
I'd love to just break in. You see like a poster of Todd Howard, like Jesus suit just standing there.
He'd love that.
He would. But I know that it will receive free updates, so that's good.
Good, and apparently there is microtransactions, but they're all customizable, and
Yeah.
you can unlock that stuff in the game, so there's no pay to win, which is great. So again, I started warming to it, but I have to talk about something that I'm not happy about. So when they were talking about it, and they announced the multiplayer stuff and everything, and I wasn't happy, and I was like, this is really bad. And then they announced something that made me feel even worse.
Yeah.
Is that you can get commands to nukes
Yeah.
and nuke bits of the map where those bits of the map become like a high level area, like a Division Dark Zone,
Yeah.
where you get the highest level loot, but you will need to be high level for it. Now that doesn't bother me. It's you get to decide where the nuke drops.
Yeah.
Now they have said that it's not intended to wipe out settlements, but I don't think Bethesda realise how
Those scummy
dicks
people. Yeah.
how online people are, and they will purposely nuke your area for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
And again, they have said that the settlements cannot be massive. You can't spend hours and days, and you can't. You
hate
have
that.
you have to move about,
I know.
which I love the exploration.
Yeah, I like that, but I would like to be able to go, Kim, what? Me and 5 of my pals are here, we're building this giant settlement, we're going to leave, we can come
Well,
back
this is the
here.
thing, though. They've come out and said that because of that is you could move so far and then want to put it there,
Yeah.
and it's harder to move. So imagine you made a massive one and then you want to move it.
True.
You'd either then go no. Like, remember when we played Survival and we slowly moved our settlements down?
yeah.
Like, imagine having to keep going back to Sanctuary.
True.
So that I think the reason why they did that, but they still said that everything, like, you can repair it,
Yeah.
your settlements, if they get damaged and nuked.
I don't think
But-
you could repair it if it's been renewed.
They did. Todd Howard keep saying that, but
Just stand there with your spatula and your screwdriver and
just yeah, they did say everything that's in that area like dies.
yeah.
And I do not want to like have a really cool, like have a decent settlement area it's not massive, but I've spent a good time on it, getting all these things, and then somebody just needs to gather 5 things and press a
So
button.
I'm still sticking with my plan.
Which is if we find them, chuck them
Yep.
in the water.
Chuck them in the water.
Yeah.
Stick them in a deep hole.
Bury
Bury
them.
them.
Keep a
Yeah.
hold of them. Well, no,
Yep.
because then if we die, they might get them.
Yeah.
So,
No, they can't. If you die, they can't take stuff off you.
No, then keep a
Yeah,
hold of them.
yeah. And I like that Pete Hines. He's been asked. Pete Hines obviously works for Bethesda and Xbox,
Yes.
and I like that he's come out and he said that. See if you're fighting a monster, that super Scotch beast thing, the giant bat, or the super mutants, or a Deathclaw. You can choose to leave, like in the old games.
Mm-hmm.
You could leave them like, nah, I don't want to fight them. I like that he's come out and goes, yeah, you could keep dying. You could go fight somebody and die, but you could die, get up, go fight them. You could die, get up and leave. Like, it's not a thing where a person's going to come. Like, I don't know how they're going to plan for this to work. But he says people aren't going to chase you from half across the map.
Well, another thing they've said is probably, like, we've talked a lot about this, is probably the last thing that we're probably going to say that they said was the servers, it's not, the way they described it, it's not like a theme park.
Yeah.
It is still technically a nuclear wasteland. There's not going to be hundreds of people in a
It's
server.
like
It's going to be like
25 to 30
they said
people.
a dozen. They've not specified. They just said a dozen.
I heard
so
Pete Hines say 20 odd.
I never heard that part. So I
But
mean,
there you go though. But look at the map, it's 4 times bigger than 4.
Mhm.
Can you imagine 20 people, 20 plus people in that map?
That is why I've wanted a bit.
I mean, can you imagine?
Am I still happy? Am I still not happy? Yes. Like, it's not what I really wanted.
I don't know, but 100% dedicated servers, that's good. That's good that they're taking
I
time.
still feel a wee bit that it's going to be quite shit at launch.
Oh yeah, definitely have bugs. That's why they're putting it there.
So
Yeah,
Bethesda had a really,
DLC.
really good conference, and I mean, it's not the Fallout game that everybody wanted. It's not the Fallout game I wanted, but it's not like I'm completely denouncing it, because I mean,
It's
the
Fallout.
only way I would ever denounce Fallout is if it was a battle fucking royale.
Oh
So
my gosh,
thank God it
imagine.
wasn't that. Then we had Square Enix, which was like a half-an-hour presentation.
Alright, there's nothing.
Yeah,
nothing
Dragon
stupid.
Quest 6. Never played any of them. The Quiet Man.
Have no
not
clue
a fucking
what the
clue
fuck
what that is.
It started off with an actual live action video that turned
Then
into
it turned into gameplay, and then I don't know what the fuck it was.
he's deaf, so
And
anyway.
then it was more Just Cause, more Kingdom Hearts, and then they showed off Platinum Games' new game, which is the people who make Nier Automata, which is a game I really should play.
yeah, which I think I'll be getting soon.
Do you have the name of the Platinum
It
Games?
is Babylon's Fall.
So, I mean, if it's anything like the stuff that Platinum Games have been making recently, which is obviously they make Bayonetta and like hack and slash like
Yeah,
Devil May
yeah.
Cry, I might give it a shot, especially because I didn't like
Jump
go
on
in-
Nier.
Yeah, which I
I'm going to get
regret
for the
now.
Xbox.
I
I'll
really
be getting it
regret
for the
now.
Xbox. But they also says Octopath Traveler. They were just discussing that, which is on the Switch. I feel like it looks quite good. But Babylon's Fall is 2019, and it's for the PS4 and Steam. So it's not really a PS4 exclusive. Since you can get it on the computer.
Yeah.
And they also added the Monster Hunter Final Fantasy expansion. Which
Yes.
I don't know. Is
I think
are
it-
they
see,
is
I
it
don't
Final
think-
Fantasy going to Monster Hunter?
No, I think it was just 2 different expansions. I think it was an expansion for Final Fantasy and an expansion for Monster Hunter World. They just got to put them in the same trailer.
That was weird though.
They didn't
Yeah,
do very
yeah,
much,
yeah.
so that was as much as Square Enix.
And
so
their big one was Tomb Raider, obviously, which we've talked about.
yes, so there was a lot of Square Enix with stuff we've seen before.
Just Cause is out on December the 4th though, and The Quiet Man is August next year.
Fair enough, whatever it is.
Can't be this year. There's not enough to it.
So then after Square Enix, we had Ubisoft. Now, so we're now going to talk about the cringiest thing that happened to Ubisoft, which
Oh my
is
God.
happens every year. Just Dance 19 started with a dancing panda. It went on for too long.
Yep.
I don't care.
Yep.
Moving on.
Does anyone care? Honestly. But anyway,
No,
yeah.
but they do it every year. So a little ones here that we can talk about. That's just like a Passover.
Let's get Rainbow Six Siege out of the way first.
Rainbow Six Siege.
It's literally them just showing us a trailer for a movie, which
Yeah,
is good.
documentary.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
It's
It's getting loads of. It's getting like they showed there's 35 million players still playing it. good. I'm glad they keep doing things. Apparently that has improved a
It's
lot.
really good. It is actually really good. I can vouch
So
for
hanging with
that.
that, For Honor DLC, where you're getting a new faction of
Yeah.
the Japanese
And-
warriors,
Yes.
which looks pretty cool, and they put a new mode in it where it's like a
4v4 mode.
like a siege mode
Yeah.
where you can like dump hot lava on top of people and everything like that, and it looks cool. So a little bit of me regrets giving up on For Honor, but we gave up on it on the time where it was ran like shit and
Yeah.
the other servers were
Yeah.
fucked.
I will get it next time it's on deal. I will get it.
The Crew 2, which is not out that long, isn't out that
There's a
long.
beta on June the 21st.
We have it downloaded, so we're
Yeah.
gonna actually probably maybe next week we might have a wee just a tiny little discussion that
Yeah.
we tried it. So, I physically don't care about this. I don't know if you care about this, but Starlink,
Nope. Don't care.
I don't care.
Don't care.
Cool Star Fox
Yeah,
is in
looks
it.
cool,
I mean, more
good guys.
more partnerships than Nintendo.
Yeah.
It was really
It's on
awkward when he
Switch,
gave
it's on
Miyamoto.
Switch and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yes, because it was really awkward when he gave Miyamoto the toy ship. It was weird. I'm not a fan.
Stop going out in the crowd. You see anyone? Just don't go out in the crowd.
It was weird, but
Yeah.
me personally, I'm not excited for it. So
There's transference.
Troop Track, which is Elijah Wood's game, it looks. I genuinely think it's just VR. I really do.
Yeah, I'm sure I saw it was VR and all platforms.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
I think it's a psychological horror, so good on them.
Yeah, fall 2018. Looks interesting. Skull and Bones.
Yep, Skull and Bones. We got a gameplay of that. We could talk a wee bit about that.
Yeah, we're digging it. We like Sea of Thieves, so we'll give it a shot. It's going to be nothing like Sea of Thieves, but
The only thing that really disappoints me, I think, is that I mean, it does look like the combat is Black Flag from
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed, but one thing I do like that there's some NPC ships. They're not just people,
Yeah.
but one thing I didn't like was there was a bit in the gameplay which was about 15 minutes long, maybe 10,
Yeah.
probably 10, and when they attacked the ship and they finished it off, it looked like it was a kind of automated event to go
Yeah.
in and get the loot. Like, you don't get off the ship yourself, so it looks like all of the combat is just ship based.
I
Like
hate that.
there's no fighting. Like, because in Sea of Thieves you can get off your ship, go on an island, fight skeletons. It generally looks like in Skull and Bones it's just ship combat,
Yeah.
and that kind of would bore the shit out of me after a while.
I feel just if you're just continuously going, I like that you can change your ship.
Yeah,
to
on the
height.
fly.
Yeah, you can change it on the fly. But if we're just stuck on a ship, I will see me getting
It's a
bored.
little
of it.
bit boring,
I see me
aye.
getting bored of it pretty
So,
quickly.
so we're going to talk about the Trials Fusion as well. That's another little one there. I mean, I played the Trials.
Trials Rising. It's called.
You sure it's not Fusion?
I'm sure it's Trial because in the first one, Trial Fusion. I'm sure it's Trials Rising.
Anyway,
Yeah.
anyway, it's one of the two though. But so Trials is fun. I guess it's got co-op this time. It's got
Did the last one not have co-op?
yeah, but not like this one has more extensive. They've brought people in to make cool ass levels, like people who play it like professionally. Well, not professionally, but competitively. So, so yeah, Trials is fun.
Yeah, it's Trials Rising.
You alright?
Yeah,
Fair enough.
February 2019.
Okay.
Right. Looks good. You can get there's a closed beta on all platforms, but I don't know. You just go to trialsgame.com and sign up for it.
So we're going to talk about the two big ones from Ubisoft just to finish it off. One is Beyond Good and Evil 2.
I have no clue what's going on in that game.
So the first Beyond Good and Evil came out in 2003, and I have not played it either.
Yeah.
It's like one of those cult games that you see on top 10 lists on YouTube all the time, like of all the YouTube stuff, like underrated games or overlooked games and all the time on that. I don't understand what's going on with it. Like, you saw a minute tiny little bit of gameplay in the background, but it just didn't look like it would look. It looked like nothing we'd never seen. It looked like something we'd seen before. We saw a new cinematic trailer which showed that Jade's back in it, who was a character from the first one. But
yeah. Which even I was like, who's this? We had to ask someone who.
it's
What I do like though is they've come out and they says that Beyond Good and Evil 2 will offer you open galaxy exploration. Now, to me, I hope it's the kind where you fly up and you're just flying. No, like you go up and you're just like, phew, you're there. I would like to be able to move about freely.
I don't know. I think that game isn't going to be until like 2020, 2021.
Yeah. I feel like DLCs are going to be planets. They've said open galaxy exploration. That's great.
There's no point even thinking about DLCs now until it even remotely comes out. I mean, it could be fucking miles away. So I'm kind of going to put it in the back of my mind.
Yeah, I like
really
that.
am.
I like that they've joined up with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, to do
for
that
Hit
with
Record thing.
which is what I don't like about that tape is it kind of like they didn't specify what people are going to be doing. Is it kind of like they're going to make like street signs and a little bit of music's on the radio, or is it like give us ideas for the game?
What it
Like,
is
help us make a game that
it's
we're
that.
canny make.
It's that you're gonna make a song or a list of
Yeah.
songs, and you're gonna make pictures. And you're gonna send it to them and be like, "This is what I want to do."
That sounds stupid to
then
me
they
because
add
then
that
they're
in.
just turning and going help us make a game that we get paid to make,
Yeah,
which is stupid. Like
I,
I get
I
it.
feel like they're showing us all this the cinema videos and all this stuff like
But
that.
no gameplay.
I don't think they're even clear on what they really want to do. I
know.
don't feel like they're anywhere near finished. I feel like you're right. It's 2020.
Oh,
before
it's
getting
fucking
in.
miles away, mate.
And it's just-
so that's, and then we're going to move on to the last thing they showed, which is like talking about the furthest thing away possible to probably the biggest closest thing possible, which is Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is Origins with a new coat of paint.
Yeah.
Apart from the fact that
Apart from it looks like it's gonna have romance. Just put it out there. I don't care. It looks like it's gonna be. It looks like it's gonna be good. I feel like because I played Origins, and that Origins is beautiful. It is a massive world, but getting from place to place made me want to turn it off. Right. So I'm hoping that we're Odyssey and there's on land battles and there's sea battles, which there was some sea battles in Origins. And I like the fact that you're going, oh, you want to be a guy or a girl? That's cool. You get a choice.
I like that, yeah,
Right.
but I mean it's not exactly brand new.
No.
And I like
give
what
us the
they're
option.
doing.
Give us the option.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It looks like a
But
good
give us
game.
the option to create that character.
Yeah, I'd like that, but
Uh-huh.
I don't think they're ever going to do that. I mean, I'm looking forward. I'm sort of looking forward to it. I'm just gonna have to wait and see. Like, I might give it a shot if I've got a spare bit of money. That's how I kind of feel about Assassin's Creed. But for me, obviously, we talked about the last thing they talked about, and this is kind of everything. But for me personally, and I think for you, the standout for me in Ubisoft, which is the last thing we're actually going to cover, is. I feel like it was the best thing at Ubisoft, which is surprisingly, I never thought I'd say it, but it's Division 2.
Hell yeah.
Now, obviously, we played a lot of Division 1. It got to the point where it was repetitive Division 1.
Yeah, I still have it on the Xbox now.
I mean, we've got a friend who was a
Oh my
diehard,
god, he is addicted.
a diehard Division
Diehard.
fan, but
I like the story in this, right? Just first off, put it out there. Division 2 is to be released March 15th, 2019. But I like
I'm
the
sure
fact...
they did they give us a release date?
March 15th, mate, 2019.
Wow, I'm not sure they did.
Yeah, they did.
I'm believing you. I'm
it.
pretty sure that they never.
But I like that they've come out and gone, the virus is burned out. You know, I mean, this is 15 years since it... No,
So there's no virus in
no,
it?
6 months. That's 15 years is a different game. Don't worry.
Yeah.
This is 6 months after, and because it's a flu virus, the first one, it's burning out. It's starting to burn out, and it's not the main reason for this game. The main reason for this game is people are just being cunts. There's army factions. There's maybe cult factions. There's obviously you'll get your usual racists and stuff like that. They say they're going to put some of this in, and you're just sent in. So what confuses me, are we just dropped in, or have we been walking since New York?
Well, I mean, if we've been, they never really explain that, but
Because you just walk out a field.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hey.
I mean, my favourite part of it, the way that the new one especially, is the last one, after you got to the highest level, there's really nothing to do. It
Yeah.
was repetitiveness, it was like the big stuff. But in this time, they have basically said there is only set skills that you get after you finish the game. They have said that they have come out and said that they've come out and basically said the first year of that coming out, they've basically have a pattern of release content where over the first year you get new stuff consistently, which is all free, which is great. They put raids in it now with 8 players, which is hard to get 8 players on, but if you do, that'd be great.
Is it not end game or is it just raids?
What do you mean?
Because I'm sure, to me it sounded like you said 8 players for the end game, or was it?
No, I guess 8 players for the raids, because when he talks about because obviously raids are 8 players, so we now have 8 players and we're putting raids in. It's specifically for the raids. So I think I'm looking forward to Division 2. Hopefully it's a step up from the first one. The first one was not a super bad game. It just got a bit repetitive after a while, and hopefully, especially the way Ubisoft now, I think they're learning their lessons. So.
And there's also rumoured to be, that you can see, obviously it was in Dying Light 2 where there was a choice matter, but supposedly they're adding in choices on this one. Because as you've seen in the trailer, you see the kid behind a wall and she's thrown it out and stuff like that. And I feel like it's all connected because see how you used to run into a building and kill people in the first one, that was it. All by the way, cleared them out. In this one, when you go into, there's times when you'll go in to take out a place and a settlement will move in straight after and start building. So
that's cool. So it's got like world building.
Yeah, but you're not building it. You're not building it. You're just
no. But I mean, like
really
as good. In like realistic things where if you took someone out, then someone would move in.
Yeah. But
they're not. They might be good. They might not be good.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not a case of I'm halfway across Washington and someone's like, "Hey, dude, we're being attacked. Can you get back here?" Like I don't want. You know what I mean. I don't want to have to run back and save people.
No, but you are like the saviour coming in, so it might be like that. But
you've got your 3 classes. You've got your sharpshooter,
and that is end game. That's like that. They said that's the specialisation. So that's like after you get to the max level, it unlocks like brand new stuff, which is good because the last one. It didn't. You basically just got better gear. So this is like gives you stuff to work towards, which I'm happy about. So
I also like that. Like remember how you'd had to go into your stuff and change it about. I like that it's a quick thing now. It's just on the screen. With your weapons,
it's good. Menu.
I feel like the map's the same. How you
obviously different squares that you saw in the game.
I feel like that's going to be the same. And I like that they were like everything's free. Like as you said,
yes,
it's free.
All the updates.
I like that.
Good.
You know what I mean? It's something that's going to take me in. But
they never said there was no microtransactions in it. But if they're going to give you everything for free, it would be stupid for them to then put microtransactions in it. Yeah. Especially when I feel like
you'll get cosmetic, like the first one.
But Ubisoft has been safe with that. They're no EA.
No, no one's EA.
So then, but that was basically the finish of Ubisoft. So yeah, they had a pretty decent one. But before we move on, I have to talk about it. I have to just get out of there. Where the fuck is Splinter Cell? Where the fuck is Sam Fisher, Ubisoft?
Why bring the voice back for?
Get your finger out. Like, they put him in Tom Clancy. Apparently that Walmart leak was saying the new Splinter Cell. Just give me Sam Fisher. Just do it.
Just that's what we want.
I love Splinter. Like,
even if it wasn't in development.
No, just give us we're doing it.
Yeah. Just like Splinter Cell.
It'd be amazing. The last thing you do when it goes say they're about to finish and the 3 lights from his goggles appear.
Yeah.
That's it. Just tell us you're doing it. Give me Sam Fisher.
It's not hard. It's not hard.
Also, there was rumours that they were going to do a new Prince of Persia, which would have been great. But just give me Sam Fisher.
Just give me what I want. Why?
Just give me Sam Fisher. Like, I love Splinter Cell. Such good games. Double Agent's my favourite. That was the one where you had to you're working with the bad guys but the good guys, but you had to stay in the middle ground, because if you did too many things for the bad guys, the good guys didn't trust you, but if you did too many things for the good guys, the bad guys stopped trusting you. Such a good game.
Maybe they're not going to do it until Tom Hardy plays Splinter Cell, because he has signed on for the movie.
Yeah, that's been in development hell for ages, which hopefully is true. Then we're going to move on to next after Ubisoft, which was Sony.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this was a good.
This is the one we were like, Ken, what Xbox was good. They've set the bar. Let's see what the fucking.
Let's see what
PlayStation-
Sony do.
Right.
So Sony said that they were specifically going to do it different. They weren't going to rattle out hundreds of games and big surprises. They had a couple, but it was mostly focusing on 4 main games. So the couple that we're going to bring out there that was like just the little tiny surprises was a game called Control, which is Remedy's new game, which Remedy are the Quantum Break guys,
Yeah.
who were initially mostly with Microsoft, but they have clearly moved over into a new deal. It looks a bit Quantum Breaky
But with telekinesis.
telekinesis. So that's all we really know from that.
And it's
No release
also,
date.
I feel like it's the last day if Walking Dead is the main character. Remember they brought the actor in for the first for Quantum Break. I feel like they brought Lauren Cohen in for this one.
Okay.
And also in the trailer they showed her shooting a gun. I don't think that gun shoots bullets.
Okay.
I feel like she's shooting the blocks at people. Then
Okay.
they're coming back. Just that's
So
all really.
that's all we're looking at. Neo 2. Never played any Neo games, but it's like it's basically, I don't want to say it's a Samurai Dark Souls because it's meant to have more fluent combat, but it's not my type of game. So
Looks good though. Like,
Yeah.
I've always wanted.
I know I've got a
I always
couple.
wanted to go to Neo and play it, and I never did. I never got around to it, but
The last big surprise that they rolled out was the Resident Evil 2 remake,
hell yeah!
which has the
Is that a remake, remaster? Or is it
it's a remake because they have put the Resident Evil 4 over the shoulder camera
Oh right.
in 2, which didn't have it in 2.
Which is, I think it's fucking cool.
Which I mean,
you
it
know
looks,
me, you know me, mate. I do love a zombie.
So that's
I do
up
love a
your
zombie.
bag. So the 4 main games that they talked about.
Oh wait, sorry, cutting you off again.
Is there another?
No, that's not another game. It's just January 25th is when Resident Evil 2 will be out.
So that's Kingdom Hearts competition.
Yeah. Probably.
So okay, so the four that they talked about, the big ones, which we're going to do in order that they did. So first, which was they had which their conference was good but weird
Yeah.
because they started with the game we're going to talk about now, which is Last of Us 2 in a church. Now, obviously, the game
Yeah.
trailer started in a church,
Yeah,
so they
so
were
they
looking
kinda-
for that aesthetic. But after they finished, which we'll go back to, they then moved everybody out. And then, so it kind of split it and then showed the rest in a different bit. So they were given Last of Us special treatment, which is deserved. Also, when they moved everybody out, they cut to like the pre-show conference and they announced a new game plus for God of War,
Yeah.
which is really fucking deadly.
Yep.
Because that game is incredible and I would play through it again. Fuck the Valkyries, I'm not fighting them again, but I'll play the story again.
Would you play it on Give Me God?
Hell no.
Ah.
I will play
It's the
it.
only reason I wish I still had
Because
it.
New Game Plus might be fucking hard in itself because obviously
Yeah.
the level you finish at. Anyway, God of War is fantastic.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
is
it is that
deadly.
enough.
So yeah, we've got Last of Us 2.
It's set 4 years, supposedly 4 years after the last game, I believe.
Well, Last of Us 2 was out in 2013. So if it's set 4 years after the End game and it came out in 2013.
yeah, then now it's going to be 6 years if it comes out in 2019.
So but they specifically said it was 4 years.
And they said in story wise it was 4 years, which
I
me
was trying
personally
to
makes-
try to do cheeky
I
maths
know,
there,
I
but
know,
I fucked
I know.
it.
No, but I feel like it's really weird because Ellie looks completely different.
Do you remember how old she was in the first one?
No, but she was tiny.
See, I was talking to my pa about this recently, like, and obviously it's not like a theory, but see how like they mentioned Joel in the trailer. That they've come out and said that that Joel is in it. He's in Jonestown because that's where that takes place. But if this is, it's only 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's 4. I feel like it's longer.
Why?
Because she looks like she's in her teens, like late teens.
She does. She really, really fucking does.
Unless, well, they have said that the game is split between different timelines, so maybe it starts 4 years after, but then when it gets later on, it's not
Like the bit in
4.
the church, she's not.
Like, what if Joel's just really old?
What do you mean?
Like,
He's old anyway, but what do you mean?
I bet, like, well, put it this, he was like in his early 50s, late 40s in the first one. So what's to say if that it isn't 4 years? It's like, what if he's like almost 60 and he's just an old man?
Then that'd be weird.
Why? It gets old.
No, but like to jump to that far ahead just seems
Well, she
weird.
looks in her early 20s, in my opinion.
She does. She really, really does. And the fact that she just holds herself as... I see the thing why I feel like she's still just a teenager is because she's still got that
Uncomfortableness
yeah,
about
it's
her.
like that. It's like that. Oh my! They hang all teenagers. Like, oh my god, they're all staring at us. Like I feel like somebody in their late 20s who's lived through a fucking hell would be like, fuck these cunts. Who
I
gives a
think you know
shit?
what I think that is, right? And if you've never played Last of Us, obviously we're not going
You
try.
need to.
We're,
You
oh,
need to.
yeah, but
You
we're
need
not
to.
going to spoil that. But there were. This isn't really a spoiler because you might have seen that she's the Ellie is a lesbian.
Yep.
And in the trailer, she's talking to her girlfriend, and they are like almost in embrace, which they do go into embrace. And Ellie's like, they're all staring at you, and then the lassie's like, no, maybe they're staring at you. And I think it's that it's not. Maybe she's not. I don't want to say she's ashamed to be a lesbian because I don't think that's true at all, especially because the developers wouldn't do that. I feel like because of all the shit that happened in Last of Us 1, which we're not going to spoil,
Yep.
it's hard for her to show any sort of emotion.
Yeah. I feel like it's gonna have. I feel like it is. I feel like it's gonna jump sometimes.
Between.
Yeah, and
Especially with the.
And here's a little. I just found this out, a little bit of news. Neil Druckmann was asked if Joel was a playable character. And it's a spoiler.
And they said no, apparently.
He turned around and he simply put, Ellie is the only playable character in the game.
So no two people this time.
No two people, which I wouldn't mind if she went out with her pal.
I feel like it's going to add intensity because they've said that this one, the first one was about love and this one is about hate. So if you're going to feel more intense because it's just you this time. The gameplay looks incredible. Like a lot of people have come out and said that like they've not said it's fake, but it just looks too choreographed. But I watched an interview with the developers and they said the whole like lying down, squeeze between pieces, the AI talking to each other and shouting over, like they've programmed all that. It's going to be fucking incredible. I really can't wait for it. No release date.
No. It's
They
just
came out and said in the Coliseum conference that they only want to announce a release date for it when it's close to release date time. So they basically said they're nowhere near ready for it.
I like that. Like I don't know this personally, but it's or more about the game. But I like that the baddie again is a cult. Looks like cult's called the Seraphite.
I don't know if they're the only bad people.
Yeah, we don't know that. 'Cause, hey, the Fireflies might still be in it,
Mm-hmm.
but this is set.
Which
supposedly 4 years.
Supposedly, yeah, exactly. We don't really know.
But it's Seraphite. There could be two timelines. Has rumoured to have some sort of multiplayer, which makes no sense if Ellie's the only playable character. But you're right. See when you see her go under the car, I was like, oh, this must be cinematic.
No, apparently
And
it's honestly all like that. They've come in and said it's incredible.
I feel like they're literally going, give us a PlayStation 4. We're going to squeeze every ounce of power
Oh,
out
definitely.
of this thing, and it's just.
It looks incredible. So the next game they showed, which got a lengthy thing, which I know that you are personally looking forward to. Me too.
It's the game. I like Last of Us, but I've seen Last of Us. I like Last of Us 2, but I've played Last of Us 1, so I've got a taste of it. But I'll say the name. Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Tsushima.
Looks like one of the most beautiful games I have ever seen in my life.
And it's from Sucker Punch,
which is the guys who made Infamous.
Yeah, so I'm a fan already. You know what I mean?
The only thing that worries about me, the only thing, because generally it looks beautiful, is I'm not sure how the combat is. Is it like a stance, like you have to make the kind of For Honory kind of?
What it is, right? Because I watched the guy on stage, and it's an environmental fight, but in the sense of like see how he's set in that area with the red tree. It's like there's a circle and you can move anywhere you want, the ending you want in there, but you couldn't run away. If you know what I mean. So you couldn't actually run away for this person if you're fighting them. But as you're fighting this person, see how in the trailer you hear like the Mongolian armies running towards you.
Yeah.
Supposedly, if you keep fighting a person and you're unable to beat them in a certain amount of time, other characters can come in. So you could end up being like, holy crap, what the fuck?
I still think that the combat when you fight, like in the trailer, he comes across like smaller guys, and I feel like, and then later on in the trailer, he's fighting like what you would class as, it could be a boss, could be not, like whatever.
Yeah.
I think the combat is completely different when it's a one-on-one boss fight, and it is like against the smaller Mongolians. So that's only worries me is the combat. Apart from that, it looks fucking so good.
Yeah. I like that it's, see, like there's many games you play, like Grand Theft Auto, you get covered in blood and instantly the blood will just disappear.
Mm-hmm.
The guys come out and said, if you're fighting in mud, you stay muddy, right? You fight and you get covered in blood, the blood stays. If it starts raining, it goes away, then it happens again, and it keeps going. Like it's that attention to detail that I feel is just to draw me in something rotten.
Okay.
And I like that they've put out that, see the Mongolians, when they speak, as of now, we won't hear them. We won't have subtitles. We won't have. It'll just be them talking away, and I'm not going to try and put a Mongolian accent with some weird voice. I won't. But so you could be captured and they're talking, and you're like,
exactly. It puts a sense of realism to it.
Yeah, it's a fear. It's a fear factor.
It's fantastic. So Ghost of Tsushima, again, no release date. This is a running theme with Sony. Apart from the last one we're going to talk about, no release date. So the next one, the third one that they got a big one was is Death Stranding.
Yeah, the one without a release date is Death Stranding.
The four big ones were Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, and the next big one they talked about was Death Stranding.
Yeah, which to me personally looks, gives fuck all away, to be honest with you, but it gives everything, gives us so much information, but it gives us nothing.
So a little background,
at the same time.
A little background on Death Stranding is Hideo Kojima's new game, which not connected to Konami, specifically with Sony. Has very big names in it: Norman Reedus, Guillermo del Toro, Mads Mikkelsen.
The blonde woman's might be quite famous, but I don't personally know what she's from.
I remember she is the French lassie from Harry Potter. And the Goblet of Fire.
Really?
That's who she is. So, I think. So I've been sitting on this for a little while. I've talked to some other people about it, but I want to get it out on here especially. So I have a theory about Death Stranding. Now I want to be right on so many levels, but I really don't think I will be. But I want to be right. So I'll keep it slightly short.
Nah, stick it on, go for it.
So I think that the entities that you see in the game are real people.
What, like as in a soul of a person, or?
I think that's what happens to you after you die.
Oh, right, so it is a soul type.
So as in like, so again, like the game is called Death Stranding, so it's like
you're stuck on Earth.
You're stranded. Your death is stranded. So I think that those people, the real people, like that's what happens to your body after you become dead. And Norman Reedus' character is like a delivery person, and his job is to get rid of basically corpses, which is a horrible thing to say, but that's his job, to get them as far away as possible, away from whatever civilization there is. To fool them, if they become them, they won't harm anybody.
Yeah.
Now the aspect of them is they are. There's babies that they've in a lot of the trailers. There's been babies.
Yeah, baby inside someone, baby being carried by two people. We've only seen.
Guillermo del Toro had one, and Norman Reedus has had some.
Do you think it's the same one?
That I don't have any explanation about. But my personally, I think the babies are, because when they activate the babies in the trailer, which is a weird thing to say, this thing comes out the back of their backpack and it flickers in a light and it lets them see the creatures who are invisible So I think that the basically the younger you are, the more you can see.
Yeah.
In the new trailer, the lassie comes up to him and says like, "What of them can you see?" And he says, "I can only hear them." And she says, "I can slightly make them out," because she is younger than him.
Yeah.
So a baby is the very start of life, so it can see them fully. The silhouette, like not what they are exactly, but can see the silhouette of them. So
Yeah.
that's what he like. So with the baby inside of him, and it comes out into the jar that fits on his chest. It's like it comes with his job.
Yeah, so it makes sense because that means we can. That's why we can see them, in their ghostly black, puffy. Like how we can. We see them slightly.
Like
We
the
see them
only
with their
time you
umbilical cord
ever
and
see
everything.
them is when he activates the baby.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like the very start of life. Like you always see that. Like there's that whole rumor of like babies can see ghosts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's like that. So like that's what I think, and I think there's a bit where she eats like a weird.
It's called Cryptobite.
I think that's like a to keep you younger, because when the lassie from Harry Potter meets Norman Reedus in the trailer, on her stuff that she wears says fragile.
Yeah.
I think that's because basically the younger you are, the more important you are.
Yeah, but also I feel like it's weird. But remember, Mad Mixon was like literally spewing that black goo. Remember in the first one where it was out his eyes, and her suit looks like that.
Well, see, my theory on this thing like that is the enemies, because they're invisible, and the whole game, again, it's Hideo Kojima, so you never know, but the whole game can't be stealth sections. There has to be some kind of action to it, a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think that when in one of the previous trailers, the creatures touched someone and they turned old, which
Yeah,
would
you
then
see-
become
you see
one
it in
of
the
them.
movies, yeah.
Which makes kind of theory to what I was talking about before. But I think that the people who do that, they have a choice to either make them one of them or make them slaves. And Mad Mikkelsen is basically a slave to them and does what they say. Because there has to be kind of human enemies. Because there's, I mean, don't get me wrong, only Hideo Kojima could make a game where you're fighting an enemy you can't see for the whole game.
And
Only he
the
would
main
do that.
character is a delivery man.
Exactly.
He's a
Only-
future postie.
only
Postie,
he-
postie.
Only he would make
No,
that kind
and
of
it's-
game. But
and it's the
I still feel like
It's got Hideo Kojima, invisible baddies, and we're all like, "Fuck, I need this game."
I mean, the only gameplay we ever actually saw at the E3
It's
was
in Walk-In.
was in Walk-In, and I want the shit out of this game. The man is a genius.
Yeah.
The man is crazy, and
It should never have been
whatever.
treated the way he was. I'm just
Definitely not, 100%. But whatever it is, it looks great.
Mr. The Woman at the end. What's your theory? In the suit.
On
I
the
think-
beach.
I think it's his wife.
Yeah, it's a one for the four.
Yeah, but I think it might also, and this is a bit out there. I think she's either showing herself as his wife, but I think it's either God or death.
See Kojima, so you never know.
See, the thing, for all we can, this is an apocalypse.
Hmm?
These people are just left alive, and you know what I mean. Death.
I mean, I could be completely wrong with the theory. I'd
Yeah.
like to be a kind of a little bit right,
This
just to
could
be
be a
smug.
lie.
Just to be smug.
This could be a lie.
I would love it if it turned out to be a dating simulator.
I don't know, you know what I mean? No,
But,
really, it's the dating simulator master. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We didn't ken that. This is
So we're going to move on to the last game they talked about, which
which
is
is actually coming out.
which they had again Death Stranding, no release date. But the last game they talked about has a release date, and it's Insomniac Spider-Man game.
Which looks fucking awesome.
It does look so good, man. Like it really does.
I liked Spider-Man, the old Spider-Man games, but that's only because of the swinging, and I thought it was awesome. But this game,
There's nothing more satisfying, man.
you actually see the webs stick to the wall. You actually see it like hitting everything, and it's just like
The combat looks Arkham City and Arkham Asylum style.
And I was worried it was going to be very cutscene-y.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Especially for the other stuff, but not this time. This time it's proper gameplay. We got to see new villains, like we got to see Electro, Rhino, Vulture, Shocker, and Mr. Negative, and a mystery villain slash put like. So basically, the trailer to the new one is he's going.
There's a comic book there's a comic. I can't remember the name of the comic, but there actually is a whole comic thing of this scenario, right? Where Spider-Man is sitting in his house, he's older, he's looking out, and it storms and stuff, and you just see in the comic, it's literally how on par it is with this game, right? In the comic, you start seeing lightning, and then it's like there's a blackout at the raft. And then Spider-Man swings out.
The raft is like
the raft is the prison. Remember in
the raft
Civil
is like
War?
the raft is
Civil War.
yeah. The raft is like from Civil War, and it's Arkham from Batman.
Yeah, and you have to. It jumps on a helicopter, which I hope you actually get to do. You go out, you realise that Electro is actually destroying the prison. You're like, okay,
he's releasing everybody.
Yeah.
So
which I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Just the fact, we're going to talk about Electro to start with. I like the fact that, do you remember Electro's old suit where he had the big electric sign on his face?
When he was pointing, everyone was pointing.
If you look close at his face, there's actually a star on his face, which I think, me as a comic book fan, is just the detail I want to see.
At least he's not blue. Like, he's not that Electro.
But there is a blue guy, and I question it. Going, are they taking the piss of that film? Because see when Electro goes inside the prison and he lets all the bad guys out, I don't know if any of them have powers or not. I feel like most likely some of them will have abilities, but we don't see it. But there's a blue guy that runs out who looks just like Jamie Foxx. Seriously, if you watch it back,
I never noticed that. But so you see Electro, then Rhino, then Scorpion, then Vulture, and then Mr. Negative, who we've seen already.
Yeah, that's 5.
Yes, and obviously, for when you think of that, the first thing you think is Sinister Six. That's the first thing you think immediately. So basically, when they're beating him up, and they say like Mr. Negative and they're like, we need him alive, and like so they're clearly working for someone. And basically, what happens is you hear some sort of noise. Spider-Man looks up and he goes, "It's you," and then it cuts.
I have a theory.
Who is it?
Good and bad. Have a good, because they've come out and says.
Is it?
No. Wait a minute. Right, they've come out and said that this is the opening to the Marvel gaming world. They've said that there's going to be heroes showing up, and it's obviously since you have Doctor Strange's house, right? They'll just come out and be like, there's a good and a bad. The good is. Your fan favourite.
It's not
Spider-Man, Iron Man.
It's not Iron Man.
You have no idea. You have no idea. You have no idea. You don't say it. You don't know. Right?
I don't know.
That's the good on the side of good for Spider-Man, not like good in reality.
It's not Iron Man.
It could be Iron Man. I don't think it is, but it could be. On the bad side, which I think it is, and I think he's the leader, and he completes the Sinister Six, it is Norman Osborn as the Green Goblin.
Okay.
I feel like that is who he's going to come up in his glider. That's why you hear it. Because when you watch back, you hear that wind buzzing. I feel like it's him. I think he's on his glider. I think he's I'm just like super.
Is that yours? So you think it's either Iron Man or the Green Goblin?
Yeah.
I have 3.
Oh.
Okay. 1 is Miles Morales.
Miles Morales. Holy
Thank you.
crap.
Miles Morales. I think
it's just that again.
Morales. It's him. it's him on the good side. Yeah.
With a torch. Because maybe he comes up with a light.
Well,
he's just like, hello. You
never know.
Peter, are you okay, Peter?
It's him on the good side.
Yeah.
On the bad side, it's Doc Ock.
Ooh.
Or a humongous, massive, probably no way, but God hope it is, it's Venom.
Ooh. I don't know.
See, you said you hear the hovering.
Yeah.
I hear like a symbiote noise. That's what I hear. I hear like a.
Yeah. Nah, I didn't. Nah. I would fuck it. I'd be happy. I would be.
But
happy.
I don't think it's Venom. I think it's Doc Ock.
I think it's Doc Ock. You think it's Doc Ock?
Yeah, I think it's Doc Ock. Not seen Doc Ock in ages. Seen Osborn and The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Venom, like, have not seen Doc Ock for a long
I
time.
know, and he's a fan favourite.
I think it's Doc Ock.
But you didn't hear Gentle just cut the sound out. You didn't hear him climbing the walls.
What if it's Kingpin?
Oh shit, aye.
But
Nah, because he's in jail. Can you see him get put in jail?
yeah, true. But
Yeah.
they wouldn't put him in the trailers if he's the big bad. I think it's Doc Ock.
Nah, man.
You think it's Norman Osborn?
Yeah.
Green
yeah.
Goblin? I think it's Doc Ock.
We're gonna have to. Nah.
Like a little prop
Yeah,
there.
yeah, a little thing. We're gonna have to do something when it gets closer. Like, do you feel like it's completely open world? Or do you think it's sandbox?
I think it's completely open world.
Yeah.
I
I
really
would
do.
like it. I would like to just be able to go to Stephen Strange's house and be like, hello. I like. You know what I like? And this is very Spider-Man-y, right? It works as a word. Is when you see him land in front of the bank and he goes, hello, to like the NPCs. I like that they've added this whole I'll talk to anybody type scenario. And it's just awesome. They've also put in it's like the map is set out, so it's like you're seeing it through this, like it's set up so it's not like it's just there on the screen. It looks like how he would actually see it,
Yeah.
which I think is really cool, that detail that they've added in. And they've also added a focus bar. You heard about this?
No.
It's where you can either use your focus bar to do a finishing move, or you can use it to heal yourself, which I think is cool.
So basically, a super move against little guys, heal yourself against bosses.
There's also like it must be a challenge thing, but there's like random computers on top of buildings.
Collectibles, man.
Yeah, it's collectibles. It's
Of course
just really weird.
Of course they're really collectibles.
He just went up to it and went. He was like, "Oh, okay." Opened it, and I was like,
Just be a collectible.
"Yeah."
Well, that is how Sony finished theirs with Spider-Man. The same as last year's, but folk have complained about that. But I think it makes sense. Finish on what's coming out the soonest.
Yeah, that's coming out. Why start with? Oh, this is coming. We'll start with this.
It's like end with what's coming out. Like what's get people the most excited.
What happens if that's how it is? Spider-Man, Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us 2. Not going to happen because it's Death Stranding.
No,
But
Death Stranding's the longest. So then the last people that went up was Nintendo, and Nintendo was a bit disappointing compared to last year's Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of the big thing, but we'll get to that. 'Cause I never really played one.
So I've only got little things here. We've got Dragon Ball Z Fighter on the Switch,
Which I think I'll get.
Overcooked 2,
Never played the first one.
a new Super Mario Party.
That's out in October the 5th, isn't it?
We've got Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, which was announced before.
Yeah,
More
and
information.
If you buy the ball,
Uh-huh.
you get Mew with it.
Cool.
I know you're not.
I mean,
I know,
it's not the Pokemon game we all want.
No,
it's not.
it's
That will come.
Yep.
Fortnite on the Switch could not give a flying fuck.
Yep. That has ruined Sony though. Sony's stock kind of went down because they refused to do the crossplay. Just thought I'd put that out there.
Fortnite. So basically, what they spent a lot of time on is Super Smash Bros, which has a release date, which is the 7th of December. Correct?
Yes, it is. But I'll run through something else. There is Fire Emblem, which is a top-down battle RPG, was announced. Xenoblade 2 DLC, which is coming in September. Killer Queen Black, which I don't really know much about. And Hollow Knight, which is out now. It's like that, see you like Shovel Knight? It's maybe that type of game. Which,
But it's meant to be really hard.
yeah,
which
it
I've heard.
looks really good though.
But yeah, Smash Bros was the big.
the big reveal, the big show, the big...
Well, it had already been revealed, but the things that they announced was one of the baddies from Metroid Prime is now going to be a new playable character.
Yeah.
Every single person who has ever been in Smash before is in the new one. That includes Snake.
Hell yeah, and it's also got the original voice actor to do it.
Yep, and
Which teases us and makes us think that they're going to give us...
no, please don't do it. Please no more. Don't not Metal Gear Solid without him. And then we also have like new stages, like stuff from Breath of the Wild.
This
and
looks really cool.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that the I can't remember his name, But the wee old guy gives you your wee floaty thing.
Sheikah stick. No?
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
the
yeah. Glider.
Uh-huh.
It gives you glider. He like drops down while you're fighting, and just stands there. Like, aye. That's brilliant.
So yeah, that was it. Really, we didn't. Nintendo was a bit disappointing compared to last year.
You're getting Echo characters. Like Daisy has one called Peach, which is cool. She pretty much does the same stuff.
You mean Peach has one called Daisy?
Daisy. Yeah. So I wrote it down wrong.
Yeah.
They're adding the boy and girl Inklings.
From the Splatoon.
Yeah, which is cool. You get assist trophies. Some can't be beat, but if you can get a boost, or you can knock them out. Now there are over 50 of them, which is mental. There's the maps, the fighting stage areas. There's battlefield ones, and then there's Omega form, which they never really specified or talked too much about. What's really cool though, you're getting a GameCube pad with it, which is pretty cool. You know,
Alright, cool.
I had a GameCube. It was fun, but
yeah, a long time ago.
They've also added Ridley from Metroid.
Yes, I said that. One of the bands from
Sorry, totally didn't hear you.
That's
Which is really cool. And also, anybody who has amiibos from this other Smash games, they all work.
Well, that's cool. I mean, at least I'm not
same.
saying you need to buy new amiibos, because that would just be dickish.
Yeah.
So that
pretty much runs down.
that was E3 basically. It was massive.
Yep.
So I basically I've just before we finish up here, I have one question, two questions for you.
Yeah.
What was your highlight out of everything? Like what you're most excited for, and what were you disappointed by?
I was disappointed with Nintendo. I'll be honest with you. I'll just get that one out of the way first, and that's just because like I never played Super Smash Bros. I never. You know what I mean? It's no son. It's just, and it didn't really offer me anymore. I go, okay, what? I really want to jump in on that. Whereas EA and Ubisoft, they still gave me stuff where I was like, oh, I play that. I could play that. But that's that. But most hyped has to be Ghost of Tsushima, Dying Light 2, Fallout 76, and Death Stranding. They're the ones that I'm like, holy crap, I really want to play them.
Okay.
And it's basically because even though Dying Light 2, I've played the first one. It's because these are ones where I'm like, I've never played these games or how they're played, and I'm so hyped for Tsushima because it feels something different. I know people are like, oh, this came out and it's like that, but I just want to play it and I want to see how beautiful it looks. What about you? What's your?
Well, on the exciting part for me, I have to say Cyberpunk 2077 without a shadow of a doubt. That is my fucking bag. I'm going to have to slightly say Fallout 76. I have to because it technically is Fallout. I can't not be excited for something that says the word Fallout. I have to say probably Death Stranding as well. It intrigues the shit out of me.
Yeah, it's the whole, what the fuck is this that's getting me like?
I would have to say probably I'm going to have to go for Spider-Man. I'm really looking forward to Spider-Man. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's not too far away.
No, exactly. That makes it feel so much better. Yeah. It's good to have. Just seeing the super villains on a screen and the superheroes, because you just to get a good superhero game, it doesn't happen every so often. And disappointments, obviously, no Splinter Cell.
Yeah,
that disappointed the living shit out of me. I feel
no Fallout for the Switch, which I thought
no
was
Fallout for the Switch. I really thought that was going to happen, and obviously it is a bit of a disappointment, but it's not a bit of a disappointment. I wish 76 was a single player game, but I'm never going to get it. And I get it.
I wish they had the foresight to go, let's make the mode to launch with it. You know what I mean? Like the single player one, they could have launched with it. It would have been perfect.
And I don't blame them. I'm not going to be one of those people that like signs the petition and says I'm never going to touch it. It's obviously it's weird. It's like kind of you mess with something that's so beloved to what certain people, then they're always gonna be kind of negative about it. But I'm not super negative about it, and I'm willing to give it a try. But yeah, that's our things on E3.
Just a wee hint. After E3, there was they put out a release date and a trailer for Overkill's The Walking Dead. So when I was looking hyped for it, but I'm kind of actually losing hype for it because it just feels like a State of Decay game. Because the what I've seen, it's just 4 people all trying to survive. Hopefully there's more to it. Hopefully it's a truly open world.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw behind the scenes videos, which made me go, wow, I really like to see. Oh, sorry there, a bit of a mistake on our end. It seems we had a bit of a technical glitch. But I think that's us finished for E3 today,
that's everything for E3, like,
yeah.
massive show.
Great show, that was good, as always. You know what I mean? It's something we really look forward to.
Definitely.
Sense of games and what we're coming up to, and I just really hope it by the end of this year we at least get dates for Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, these type of games, the big ones. But yeah, I enjoyed that, I had a good day.
I think that we should call it here, but next week, I've got an idea for next week.
Alright.
I think that we should do, in light of E3, light of all the games, especially in accordance with our first episode, let's go for our top best and worst of games next week.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll get it all done and dusted, and hopefully everyone likes it. But that's it for us today. I've been Callum.
I've been Fraser.
And we are on YouTube. If you want to try and watch it, come and listen to us. If you're listening to us now, anyway, you might be on it. And please like, subscribe, leave a comment.
It's a Pointless Point of View podcast.
Yeah, it is. And we will be getting put up on Podbean. This episode and the first episode should be up. But thank you again for listening, and we'll catch you next time.